Welcome to the final class for the Dune Africa Bootcamp. And we are very, very excited to have everyone here. Welcome once again. It's been a long journey, and I think we have all been learning a lot. Our instructor is going to join us very soon. He's taking us on advanced concepts on Dune. So I am really excited about this session because we get to learn about how Dune is used on the advanced level. So welcome once again. So while we wait for him, you can actually just under the you can actually just share on your social media a screenshot of what is happening and invite more people here. So thank you very much. Our instructor is going to join us very soon.
Hi, good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm already on call.
Good evening, sir. Welcome, sir. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine.
Yes, sir.
I just was having a little bit of network, whatever, so I had to switch network. I'm hoping that my voice is audible and clear enough. Please, I want to know if you can hear me very well, like audible and clear. I just want to.
Yes. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, good. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's class. So, this should probably be like the final class, I mean, for this particular course. And so last week we talked about just like something around the basic, around decentralized finance and the whole lot. Today, I would really not be using slide because I just want us to get into straight into practical and all of that. I did not prepare any slide. I'm just going to like do something around the freestyle. So what we are basically doing today is we are basically working on advanced query, like how to maximize. Basically, what we'll be doing today is probably how to maximize your Dune analytics, like to the optimum best, based on my own experience and how I've been able to use it. So yeah. So if you have anyone you think should be on this call or should be in this class, you might probably want to use like the next 3 minutes to message them and invite them. If you probably know anyone you think you want to be in this class right now, you can probably just send them a message so that they can join the class right now. Can just send them a message so that they can join the class right now. I'm also trying to send it to like few people so that they can join. So in 2 minutes, we are starting in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, I just want to pass the message to few people. So also, by the end of this class, I mean, it's not enough that you just join a class. The best thing after joining a class to is also to what's it called now? What's it called? The best thing is also to make sure you are like building a project. It does not just end at. It doesn't end at. It doesn't end at wanting to just write query or learning about query. You would not really grow by just learning. The best thing is also as you are learning to make sure you are also practicing. So okay, so it's 2:10 and we are starting right now. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's class. Like I said the other time, what we are going to be doing today is um, basically around advanced query, like how to maximize and use your Dune analytics to the very, very optimum best. And I'm hoping that we would have enough time to like take up different things across board. So I am really not using any slides. I am just going to be doing something around the freestyle. Like I'm not using any slide. We are just going to do as it comes. And I'm hoping, and if you have any questions too along the way, I'm hoping that you would also like prepare your question so that as we are doing it, you can also like bring your question and then we get to answer them along the way too. So if you have any question along the way, it would also do us a whole lot of good um, to bring those questions and then we'll work on it. So yeah, so I'm sharing my screen right now. So I understand that a whole lot of us, like some of us, this might probably be like our first time or few times that we've probably used Dune. So I'm going to be explaining, hoping that I'm also capturing the beginners. So for some people, they have probably been using Dune over time, and some of the things I'm explaining might probably be looking like, okay, I already understand this thing, but it's just helping each other learn and getting to understand different things per time. So in our SQL class, last week I talked about basically how to like do few things like how to query data around decentralized finance and the whole lot. But so today we are going to do something different. I want to talk of, I'm just going to probably put it as key points. Cities, I want to talk about subquery. I know we already know this from our SQL class. I want to talk about parameter. I want to talk about parameter. I want to talk about material view on June. Okay, optimizing your query. Is there any other thing I'm missing? Okay. case case use. What else? What else? What else? Um, then a few examples we'll talk about is token information. We'll talk about token holder. Okay, we'll also talk about getting the best using AI. So I'm hoping we'll be able to capture all of this throughout the class. So, okay, best practices from best practices. Okay, maybe lastly, we'll try to see dashboards. Yes, best practices for dashboards too. So yeah, best practices for dashboard because I've seen few people do some dashboards. Those dashboards are nice, but at the same time, some of them, the way people match it up, I understand that we are beginners, but sometimes the same principle that applies when we are doing when you are doing your Power BI or your Tableau also applies when you are working on Dune. So beyond that, the query or whatever you are working on, beyond that, it is blockchain data and all of that. You also need to apply your normal data principle that works. I'm hoping my screen is showing. I did not even ask if my screen was showing the other time. Sorry, I'm hoping my screen is showing. Okay. Please, Ahmed, in case there is any default at any point, you can just send me a message so that on my WhatsApp so that I will be able to like, if you cannot, if my voice is not getting clearer or it is lagging or anything, just make sure you send a message so that I can quickly like pick it up. So yeah, I was saying that the fact that what you are working with is blockchain data and all of that does not remove the fact that what you are doing also is also data analytics. Like the basic principle that works in traditional data analytics also works here. And that is why the basic thing that works with SQL, like when you are writing your SQL query, all of those basic things that work when you're writing your basic SQL queries, they also work here. And one thing I've noticed, one thing I get to know over time that I've been working with, that I've been using Dune Analytics is that with Dune, it actually helps me to understand. I've been able to understand SQL very, very well. As much as I understood it when I was watching tutorials and I was like when I was doing normal tutorials and the likes, I'm also able to understand it much more better because I'm able to work like advanced. If you see some example, okay, for example, now, if you see some of the examples of people that are doing tutorials, like when they are running their normal tutorial in traditional data analytics, maybe on Twitter, if you see some of the examples they are working with, you will find out that if you've worked with Dune very well, you've worked with blockchain data very well, you find out that these are some of like the core basic things that you would have done over time when you are using Dune Analytics. So yeah, so let's pick it up. First of CTEs, we know what CTEs are. CTEs are basically like common, they are basically common tables as we know them. Our CTEs are they are basically sorry, yeah, our cities are basically common table expression, and the way they work is that they serve as a temporary table. What do we mean by they serve as temporary table? So I'm just going to pick an example now. So an example is let's use token transfer table now, for example. So token transfer. So let's start from token transfer. I'm going to limit this to I want to limit this to 10. Precise and yeah. So the way CTE works is that it helps you being able to build things bridge by bridge. So let's say, for example, you are making a food. Let's say, for example, you want to make jollof rice, for example, now. Or maybe, okay, maybe all this, you want to make rice and beans. I think rice and beans looks like a good example. You want to make rice and beans. There are some people here that when they are making rice and beans, they can decide to pour both the rice and beans together at once. and then cook it straight up, like cook it once at like a single go. And there are some people that the way they do it is that they cook their rice separately and they cook their beans separately, then they now mix it together to cook it up. So the way CTE works is the way where you have to build things one step after the other. So what do I mean? For example, now you have this query. This particular query is the query of token transfer that happens on token transfer that happen across a particular blockchain. So this is all the records. These are EVM tokens, and this is what we have as the token transfer. So we want to use this token transfer details now. We want to use it to build up a token holder table. That is, we want to use it to build. Let me see an example we can use it to build. Yeah, okay. So we want to use it to build a token holders table where we want to know the number of holders of a particular token. So this example I'm using would explain. I want to use a single example now to explain different things, different examples that I have here. So let me just move to new query. So we want to build a token holder table. But I'm also going to explain what's it called now? I'm also going to explain CTEs in between it. So for our token holders table, the way it works is that there is no table in particular, in actual sense, that has the holders table. That is, okay, for a particular token, this is the number of holders that we have for that table. There is no particular table on Dune that has that particular information. So the way it works in order to be able to get that information on Dune is that, especially for EVM, is that we subtract the transaction, that is token that was received, we subtract it from token that was sent. For example, now, if I have a wallet now, before you can have a token, it means someone must have transferred the token to you, either by contract call or a particular wallet transferred it to you. Even if it's an airdrop, a particular contract call has transferred that has transferred that token to you. Even if you mint it, a transfer operation happens for you to have it. Like, you cannot just have a token by chance. So the way to get how much token, the way to get a token holder information is that we always subtract the amount they receive we subtract it from the amount they sent. So if someone send me 10,000 Ethereum token now, if they send me 10,000 of that token, if I at any point I sold that token or I sent it out, maybe out of that 10,000, if I sent out 5,000 or I transfer that 5,000 to another of my wallets, at the end of the day, I will have 5,000. So it means the amount I'm holding at that point will be 5,000. So the logic for getting a token holder is to be able to subtract the amount they sent from the amount they receive. Do we get it, please? Is it clear? Is it clear, or I need to do an extra example?
Sorry, can you say that again? Like, I didn't really get that.
Okay. You didn't get. Okay, I'm going to say it again now. I'm going to say it again. So I'm saying that the way it works to be able to get token information, that is the holders of a particular token, is that we subtract the amount of the token they receive. You know, I already explained that that there's no particular table on Dune as it stands right now that has the information of the amount of token that is being held. There's no particular table that has the information of every token holder. So the actual way or the best way to get token holder information on Dune right now is to subtract the amount they received from the amount they sent. The amount that was received, we subtract it from the amount that was sent. So that is the best way, or that right now as it stands, that's the way to get the amount of token that that person has in their wallet right now. You understand it very well now when I state the example. So we are making use of we are making use of, let me check this table, PVT transfer. Okay. Okay. So we are making use of this table. See, yeah, okay. PVT transfer. So we want to make use of this table. Um, some people were asking, so if you search for a table, yeah, let me just explain, because I think someone was asking about this. If you search for a particular table, before you run it, if you don't want to run this table directly, the moment you search for it and you see the data, there is an option here to preview the table, that is, be able to see the basic information that you have on that table. So you're able to see some of the basic information. Okay, this is the contract address, this is the transaction hash, this is transaction from, that is where it was sent from, and the person it was sent to, the index, the block time, block number, block dates, and you also have the same from and to. You have it here, and the value that was sent. You have that basic information here. And you can also probably open it in a new table. Like I said the other time, the good number of things I'll be explaining it together, like at once. So you can open it in a new table and you can find all of this information. And also another thing is you can also find some of the queries that are using this particular table. So these are some of the queries that people have written that are using this particular table. So in case you see a table and you want to, okay, what do people actually use this table? What do they use it for? So these are some of the tables that, as an example of people that have used that particular table for doing different things. Yeah. Okay. So we are using this ERC20 table. So select star. Just to be sure, select star limits 20. So while this is running, I explained the other time that for you to get token transfer is amount you received. Token transfer is amount you received minus amount that was sent to you, or amount that was sent to you minus amount you received. Why is it still stopping? Oof. Look at me. Sorry. I didn't put the form here. Queries are getting busy. Let me use. Let me use a higher. We are getting queues even for query as simple as this. Okay, we already have it here. Yeah, so I'm just going to write up, I'm going to write the query now, and then, so for city is, like I said, city is a temporary table. So for the first one, you call it as, you give it a name. So I want this to be token transfer as select from this wallet, call this as wallet, then comma minus casting the value. Also, you need to know that this value that you have here, this value is the raw value of that particular token. Like when you see this particular token, this particular smart contract, let me search for which token is this. I want to know the token that has this contracts. I want to know the exact token. Okay, this is Ethereum. I think this is wrapped Ethereum. Let me see another token. So when you check a token, it took me to run very fast. I just want to explain, because this value that you see here, these are the raw value of that particular token. So when you see a token, for example, this token, this is USDT. Okay, let me just use this now. Or let me use Ethereum. Let me use the Ethereum I had the other time. Okay, let me use this. Okay, this is USDC. If you select that particular token, you will see this token now. You would see that it has a 6 decimal. It has a 6 decimal. Like this token has 6 decimal. What's the token contract address again? 48, right? Where's the token that has the contract address 48? Okay, this particular one. And this is the transaction. This is 68. This was the amount that was transferred, right? This was the amount that was transferred in raw value. And this particular token has a decimal of 6. It means for us to get the actual amount that was transferred. So where's the transaction hash? Yeah. So let me copy this transaction hash now. Okay. You can see that the amount that was transferred is $689. That's the amount that was, or 60. I think the first number was 637. 637 or 630 or 689 or 637 thereabout. You know, you said so if you check, I was saying that the decimal of this coin is 6. Decimal of it is 6. It means for you to get the actual raw value, you need to multiply this times 10 raised to power 10 raised to power minus 6 for you to get the actual raw value of this. So by that, it means this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it means this is where the point is. It means the actual normalized value of this token is 689.7. For other tokens, for this particular token now, this is Ethereum. I think Ethereum is 18. I think the decimal of Ethereum is 18. So the actual normalized value of this would be 18. I mean, minus 18 for you to get the actual normalized value. So I'm explaining this because the raw value of this, the raw value, the value we are using here, this is not the actual value. This is the raw value, the raw blockchain value of this. So you would need to like decimate it into actual value. So I want to cast this as a double, then I want to now divide it by raised to power 10, comma, the decimal, of the actual decimal of this coin. But I'm going to make use of something now. I will explain what this is. Okay, don't let me put the decimal yet. Let me remove this yet. Okay. Then as amounts, the amounts, then from the EVT from this table. Just give me a few minutes. I'm going to explain what all of this is, and then where contract address, stable is contract address. So where contract address equals to, we list out the contract address. Then I want to union it to together with the order transfer. Select this one will be 2 as wallet. Then same thing, casts as amounts, but in this case I'm not using a minus. Then same thing, where I'm leaving that space, I'm leaving it empty because I want to do something there. So now the whole of this is our CTE, the whole of this is our temporary table. And the reason we created the temporary table is we don't want to write it in full. And in some cases, temporary table helps to run your query faster. Instead of using either a subquery or running it fully, if you do a temporary table, it makes it easier for you to like run the query faster. One, also it makes it easier for you to make reference to pick out a particular information. So the core reason why we use a CTA basically is basically to be able to pull out information from various sources. So let's say we have like 5 different tables that we want to work on. We are going to see an example very soon where we want to work on 5 different tables at a time. So instead of like writing everything once, we'll create a CTE for the information we want to pull from each table. So after doing that, it will now be easier for us to write the full query at once, like generally. So then after this, we are going to select wallet. The information we need is the wallet, the sum of the amounts as balance, as amount holding or balance. Okay, let me just use balance. Then so our from now will now be our CTE because we've changed the table. So our from now will now be from that table. Then I want to group by wallets, I want to group by 1, then where sum is not, where sum of amounts is greater than 0. Okay, now let me explain this thing. So I left few places. One, this place, we have to put the decimal. So let me look for a particular token. Let me look for a random token on Ethereum. which token. Does anyone have a suggestion of the token you want to look for? The anyone with suggestion of the token you want to look for the top holder now? Anyone with any suggestion of the token they want to use as top holder? Okay, let me just select a token. Let me select let me select Pepe token now. So I'm going to select Pepe. This is the contract address. This is contract address of Pepe token. And then the decimal of Pepe is 18. So contract address, I'm going to write the contract address, and then the decimal is 18, right? So I'm going to do the same thing here, 18, and then the contract address is this. For Ethereum related tokens, when you write contract address, you don't quote it as text, because you don't quote it as text. But if it is Solana, we'll see examples for Solana. If it's Solana, you have to quote this as a text. You have to quote this contract address as text. But for Ethereum or EVM related token, you don't need to quote it as text. So what we want to do here is we want to subtract the sum of the amount that the person received and the amount the person sent out. Basically, we want to know the net amount the person is holding to be able to get the token holder. So to get the token holder of this particular token, we just need the amount that was sent, that is the amount the person sent out of that token, the amount the person sent out of that token, which is, if you are sending out a token, it is from, that is, this particular wallet sent this token to this wallet. This, I mean, whatever token name it is, it was sent from this wallet to this wallet. So we are subtracting the amount the person sent when he was sending it. We are subtracting it from the amount the person received. When you are receiving, if you are the receiving end, let's say, for example, now, okay, I think this is even the same token. So let's say this person sent to this person. So we remove this amount that was sent from whatever total amount the person has. We are removing it from the amount that was received. By the time you are receiving that token, it was sent from a wallet to you. So you will not be from, again, you will be at the receiving level. So that is what we are doing. We are basically having like a net summation of the amount that was sent and the amount that was received of that particular token. So yeah, so this is the one that was sent. So we are unioning it together with the amount that was received. Then the total sum, by the time you do the total sum, it should have balanced out, it will have removed and added to whatever you have. So we are grouping it by each wallet, that is, we want it to have for each wallet where the amount we have is greater than 0. Let me just limit this to top 20. Yeah, so let's run this. You might be wondering why I am using this comma at the back instead of using the comma here. So recently, Dune released a document that one of the ways to optimize your query, to make it run faster, as a formatting, like a formatting option on Dune, is to have your commas at this back, like this, like indent. Make sure you indent your queries, and then you have your commas like this. It makes it run faster. So that's why you can see that I'm also doing the same thing here. So yeah, so we are waiting for this to run. I was waiting to see if anyone would have said, the token they will want us to run. But we'll still do that. We'll still do that. Okay, yeah. So these are like, this is not for that. Coming, ordered by some, ordered by 2. Yes. Oh, no. Ordered by 2 descending. because the amount is given is just the random, it's just random number. In this case, I just want to see the top 20 holders, top 20 token holders. We've not even gotten anywhere, and 45 minutes has gone. Oh, Jesus. So this is taking quite a number of time. Okay, yeah. So these are the wallets, and this is the amount they are owing. This is the amount of Pepe token. Let me format this. So another thing I want to explain is that, because I used to see a lot of people make this mistake when they are publishing their Dune data, and I think I've tried to correct a few people. When you are publishing your Dune data and you probably want to publish a table, for example, a table that looks like this, and you have numbers like this, it is proper practice, because if I have number like this, I really cannot understand what this total number is. It is proper practice, or it is best practice to make sure that this, and the best way to do that is by coming to this option, this column option, this is balance, and make it 0.0. What this does is that it makes the comma per thousand, such that you can see that, okay, now this is million, this is billion, I think this is trillion, this is 50 trillion. It means the amount of this token that this person owns is 50 trillion. You can easily see all of this. If it is something that has a decimal number, what you do is 0.0.00, the number of decimal places you want to place it. Another thing is, probably you want to put a dollar sign. So you put a dollar in front of it. It makes it easier to read. Maybe the balance, you want this to be at the center, so that this word is staying at the center. It makes it easier, like very, very easy to read this. So let me place this at the left. You can, maybe you don't want it to be changed, you don't want it to be balanced. You want to change the name from balance to another name, holding or something, or maybe this wallet, you want to change it from wallet to holders. And then you can see that this has changed to holders. So now let's confirm if this is right. So let's go to Pepe table. Let's go to holders. Yeah. You can see the highest holder is, it's actually a Binance, it's a Binance wallet, hot wallet. They are holding 50 trillion. So 50 trillion. Okay, there's no need to put a dollar sign because this is PP. Yeah. 50 trillion. The next, let's confirm the address. You can see ACEC. That's the ending of that address. ACEC. This one ends with FCB. This is 27 trillion thereabouts. Yeah, you can see. So with this, we have like the first 20. It ends at 6B51. Let me see. 51. 51. Okay, 651. That's the number 20. 651. Yeah, B651. Holding 36 915 914. Okay, 915. It has in decimal places. Let me put dots so that it's going to show the actual. Yeah, 914. 914.6. Yeah, you can see. So that's the amount. So this is the way to get top token holder of a token in, this is for a token in Ethereum. This is for a token in Ethereum. So now I want to explain another thing now. Let's say you want to create a dashboard for people to be able to easily, let's say I want to make this dashboard now. This dashboard is limited because this can only show for Pepe token only. But in the case where I want to show, I want people to be able to put in whatever token they want, like any token, any Ethereum related token now, any token in Ethereum blockchain. I want them to put in the token and then be able to have like the balance for any token. I'm going to make use of something called parameter. So there's parameter in Dune. And what parameter does is that it creates like a placeholder for the information you want to put. So instead of this contract address that I have here, I'm going to change this now to a parameter. I'm going to change it to token address. So for parameter, you have to enter two arguments, like two curly brackets, and then you write what you want. So contract address now. Contract address. So I'm going to copy this. Oh, I'm going to copy this and paste it here too. Contract address. So what this means is that the moment the person places, so it's going to have the information here. So anytime a contract address is placed here, it is going to, let me copy contract address. So anytime a contract address is placed here, it is going, and you run it, it's going to give the information of that particular contract address. Now, this is not dynamic enough because different tokens have outside contract address. Another thing that is not static when you are looking for token address is their decimal, because different tokens have different decimals. So we are going to create a parameter for decimal too. Decimal, or let me call it token decimal. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it here. Now, so this makes it like very, very dynamic. It means the moment we place the smart contract and then we paste the token decimal, is going to look for the holder of that particular token. So now let's look for, does anyone have any token they want us to look for? Do we have anybody? Okay, let's use Uniswap. So that is Uni token, right? So let me look for Uni. Uni token. So Uniswap. So this is the token address of Uniswap. Copy it. It also has 18 decimal. It has 18 decimal 18. So we're going to come to the contract address, paste this in the contract address, and then the decimal 18. So the moment we do this, we are just going to run this. So this is going to replace this information that we have here. It's going to replace it here. Okay, now these are the token holder of this token, and these are their balance. How do we know that this is true? Let's go to holders, and then Uniswap time lock 37 million, 37 to 60 million, owed by 5 BC. Yeah, you can see 5 BC. 163. Yeah, 163. So now this makes it very dynamic, such that any token I place here, I place the decimal, and then I have a result. Let's look for another token. Which token can I look for now? Let me look for, there should be a Trump token on, okay. Let's use this free Trump token now. I want to look for a token I want to look for another token that does not have 18 decimal. Let me look for, this Ondo token. Does it have 18? I'm looking for a token that does not have 18. Say it has 18. Okay, there's a token that does not have 18. I think USDC. I think USDC had 6 the other time. Yeah, okay, good. So copy this address. change this decimal to 6, and then you run this. Note that this, for this thing to work, it has to be an Ethereum token. Now, you might want to say that, okay, what if I want to check for tokens that are non-Ethereum? So we are going to check another table. Run. Just one now, I'm token holder. Oh my God. I'm hoping that we are getting this. Please, if anything is confusing, kindly type it in the chat box so that I can quickly tackle it. I don't want us to be spending a lot of time on all of this. I don't want us to be spending a lot of time. Okay, yeah. So the highest wallet that has USDT has 2.7 something holders. Yeah. Sky PMS 341. So did we get this in the comment section? Yeah, okay, we are coming to the token symbol. We are getting there. Yes, we are going to get to the token symbol. We are going to come to the token symbol. So yeah, so let's say, for example, the token you want to look for is not an Ethereum token. Like, it's not in Ethereum. It's probably in another blockchain. This particular table, this ERC20 Ethereum transfer is for Ethereum transfer only. So in this case, the one we are going to use would now be this token transfers. So for these token transfers already has like the amount in USDT that was transferred. It has a from and to, and then I'm trying to see from to, then it has a blockchain. Let me see, contract address. Yeah, it has a contract address. This one already has a symbol. So now let's do token transfers. So from token transfer, so instead of using this, let me just copy this and revamp it as I'm going to revamp this for token transfer. So instead of using Ethereum transfer, we're not using Ethereum transfer anymore. We are going to use token transfers. So from token transfers, So another thing is that here there is amount raw, that is the raw amount, and then there is the amount in USDT. So it is safe to use the amount in USDT because this amount in USDT has already been normalized. That is, we don't need decimal again if you are using amount in USDC. So we don't need all of this. We don't need this. The only thing we need is, we don't even need to cast it because we already have a raw amount in USDC. So amount in USDT, yep. What else do we need? There is a contract address. It's contract address. In some cases, the way the table will be written, it might be token. For example, in Solana, it's not contract address, it's token meets address. So you have to make sure that the address you are copying is the right address. So so it means we are going to change everything we have here. We are also going to change it up there. So from here. So yeah. So I think another information we might need would be, so this particular table has symbol, and it has symbol and then it has blockchain. You might probably want to add the blockchain, yes, so that it will know what it is querying for. So, so wallets, blockchain. So this particular blockchain, you might want to make it a parameter. Blockchain as blockchain. And then you want it to display the symbol. So this has symbol. So yeah, symbol. So let me copy this. Oh no, should actually not be here. This is where it should be. From wallet, yeah, blockchain and symbol union to blockchain and symbol. Yeah. So now we want our results to be wallet, symbol as token symbol, yeah, and then the sum of, yeah, the sum. So now let's use so another thing when you are using parameter is it has an option where you can write a description of the parameter. This is to take blockchain name something. Then parameter is text. You might want to put your parameter as a list, such that putting your parameter as a list means that you are the one that is auto-writing each of the parameters. So now let's see, where's that table now? So let's see the distinct table, the distinct blockchain that we have here. So let me just distinct blockchain. Okay. Distinct blockchain. We still have a long way to go. And this thing is just slowing it down. Okay, so we have, these are all the blockchains, like close to 41. So let me just copy let me copy base. So base, the next one, let me copy BNB. Okay, let me copy Avalanche. Okay, instead of all of this, let me just even copy all of this. Yeah. Then the next page. Okay. I think that's so. Yeah. So you want to select the base one, that is what you want it to be at the base level. So let me select BNB as the base, and then you can now save it. So what this does is that instead of the person typing, because you don't want the person, for example, this blockchain now, you don't want the person to be typing it. Because, for example, this Avalanche, this is AVAX. The person might type AVAX inside the box. Meanwhile, AVAX table on that table is written as Avalanche underscore C. So it will not make sense for the person might type a wrong one. So you don't want the person to be typing. You just want the person to be able to pick. So you can make your list as, you can make your parameter as a list like this. And then, so yeah, I think we are good. I think we are good. So the wallets, the symbol of the token, and then the balance. And then, yeah. So let's look for, so now it means we can explore other options. So let me go for BSC scan. Okay, let me search for Shiba BSC scan. Okay, BSC contract address. Yeah. So Shiba Inu contract address. This is the contract address. Anyways. So we don't need what's it called now? We don't need this guy. We don't need decimal in this case. 4.6 blockchain. Trying to see where the issue is here. Try to see. Okay, let me just copy. Okay. Yeah, I know where the issue is. It should actually be blockchain. Also, yeah, should be this. That should be the issue. Oh, okay. It's still going to give another error. Blockchain. This particular one, it's a text. So I need to put a quote. I need to put this in a quote. Okay. Okay. I think we should be good here. Yeah. Hopefully this runs. There should not be an error here. Goodbye. Oof. Goodbye wallets. Goodbye wallets. Symbol must be an aggregate expression. Okay. Goodbye wallet and order by 1, 2, 3. Order by 3. Okay. While we are waiting for the results, does anyone have any question? Question. Any question? Are we getting it, or is looking a little bit tricky? Please, I always want people to ask questions in my class. Do we have anyone with question? Oh, this is not even Shiba Inu. This is Bit Shiba. Okay, someone is asking a question. Okay, I'm getting it, so good. I'm only having a response from one person. Please, if you are in this class, kindly respond if you are getting it. Let me know. Let me know where you are. I'm getting it. I'm lost. I will understand it later. That kind of thing. So if you are in this class, kindly type in the comment section. Let me know the level you are in right now. You are lost. Interesting. Which part? Confidence. Can you probably unmute your mic? You can talk, please, while we are waiting for this to run. You can unmute your mic and confidence. Let me know where you are lost so that I can pick you up there. Okay, you get it later. Okay. Yeah, you actually get the recording. Oh, this thing is getting too slow. Okay, while we're waiting for this to run, maybe we should work on the Solana part. Uh, so basically now we understand how to like get because I think the core thing people work on majorly is getting the top holder of a token. They want to know who is holding what and all of that. So, and I think I've probably been able to explain how CTA works in that case. And so let me see. Okay, this is taking longer than I expect. I'm expecting it to take. No results. Why are we having no results here? Let me check. Let me check another token. Let me check another token. Why are we wasting that number of time? Let me see. Pancake. Okay, while this is running, let's move to the Solana parts. So we've gotten this part very well. We've gotten this part very well. So let's move to the Solana parts. No query. So for Solana, I think Solana makes it much more easy compared to like compared to Ethereum. On Solana, you are going to have there is a table on Solana called latest balance, which like records Solana.seals. Yeah, which records the latest balance of a token. So preview table. So this is the table we want to query. Address for this address for a particular token. This is their total, I mean, token balance per time. So let's just do, so let me select star from, then let me limit it to 5. Okay. It's not even showing, it should be showing more information on this. Anyways, so to get the holder for Solana, we are making use of token balance owner. That is the owner of the token, the amount they have for token means for this token. Then we are going to do token balance. This is the token balance that they have. the balance of that particular token. Yeah, so we are going to, this is what we are going to use. So select token balance owner, Control C, put your comma here. The next thing we want to do is the sum of the token, token balance, Control C as amount holding, or let me put that balance. Then the next thing is you want to do per each person that owns it, like per each wallet. So you are going to use something called a running, I think they call it running window. I can't remember the name right now. They call it a running, I think they call it running function. Yes, I think this running function in yeah, they call it Windows function, sorry. Windows function in SQL. Okay, please give me a few minutes. Please. Okay, yeah. So I'm sorry. So running, we are going to look for the running sum. This guy is still running. Hey. Sorry, a few minutes. Yeah, we're going to look for the running sum. I mean, the sum of sum or token balance, so that we'll be able to get for each wallet, I mean, for each holder, not just a single wallet. var as supply. This is like the total supply of the token. Then from solana.utils, where I have to use our where clause, where in this case, token mint, you can see they use token mint address, not contract address compared to on Ethereum, token mint address. So let's just use the parameter straight up, because for Solana it's always a text. Let's see this works. Okay. So this is for BNB, cake. I'm sorry for taking us back. 0.0. Yeah, for the person that was asking for symbol, you can see this particular table has symbol. So this is the symbol, this is the balance. The highest is 9 billion. So let's just confirm that. Okay, there's another wallet that probably owns more than this. It's not showing me here. Let me see. What's the next? 1.19. Wait, this wallet is DEA. Do they have an amount staked? Maybe they probably have an amount staked that is not here. 104. 104,000. I think this is not getting the right answer. The token transfer table is not getting the right answer. I will come back to that anyways. I guess there's another way. They will most likely have to use the way we did for ERC20 Ethereum. What we'll be using will now be ERC20 BNB. So instead of Ethereum here, we'll replace this with BNB. Then the next BNB, then for other ones to maybe Celo and the likes. So I think probably only this one works. Maybe this token transfer. I'm not sure this token transfer works. But anyways, let's go ahead with the one for Solana we are doing. token mint address. So token address, where this is the token address, and then we also want that the token balance is greater than 0. That is, it is not equal to 0. Token balance is not equal to 0. Token balance is not equal to 0. We want to group it by balance, like token owner. We want to group it by balance owner, that is the wallet address. This should actually be wallet. I want to group it by wallet, then I want to order by the balance, order by 2 sending. Let me just limit this to 10. Let me limit it to 20. Yep, we've written a parameter, so we have to put the wallet address, token address. What's the random token on Solana now that I can check? What's the random token I can check?
Trump.
Chill house. Let me do for chill house token. X-Ray. Okay, let me check for Bonk.
Or Trump.
Let me check for this one. Bonk is in. Copy the address. Yeah. Let's run this. Let me go to Solana source scan to confirm what we are doing. So, now, in the case of tables where, for example, this first one that we ran, this particular table does not have symbol. There is a way to get symbol. There is a table on its own that has symbol, that has the metadata of a particular token. There is a table that has the metadata of different tokens. I'm trying to remember the actual table that has the metadata. Okay, have the results. Yeah, okay. Token balance 0.0. We actually don't need this supply. This one is, this sum over sum is to get the total supply, the total token supply. So the total, this is the total token supply. This is the highest order, BLF. So let's confirm that. Yep. Token address, FBL, holding 33, this 330 million. It's actually 314 here. 314. The next person is holding an 100K. 100K. The next person is holding 33,760. 33,760. Like that. So for Solana, it is quite easy. It is just checking this latest balance, which has the latest balance of a particular token in a particular wallet, and then you have the information. Okay, I think I've remembered it. So now let's go to, let me change this. Let me use. So now I was talking about the table that has the that has the metadata of table. Yes. So there's something called fungible. Yes, there is fungible data. So this is for all EVMs. So select star from fungible transfer into 20 and then run this. Any question on the one of Solana? Any question on the one of Solana? Any question? Anybody with question? Question on the one on Solana? I don't know that this class will be this slow, like this network will be this slow. Okay, so we've talked about holders. We are currently talking about metadata. Talked about parameters. Let me see. Okay, I've actually talked about parameters. I talked about city a bit. Okay. Token, okay, I've talked about token holder. We are currently at token information. Okay. This is getting too slow. Okay, while this is running, let's move to, let me go to token information for Solana. So for Solana, fungible, I think Solana one will be faster. Okay. This is the one for Solana. Select star from this 5. Okay, very fast. Okay, yeah. So this is the information for Solana. This is how it is written. You have the token mint address, you have the address prefix, you have the decimal of the token in cases where you probably need the token decimal. You have the name of the token, and then you have the token symbol. Then you have the token URL. This token URL is just probably the metadata of the token, like the general metadata of the token. This is the load. So now let's assume that for this token, we want to know the what's it called now? We want to know the token symbol. So in order to get the token symbol of this, we are going to use, let's use a city token balance. So let me copy this. Okay, let me copy this. Insert this. Token balance. So information from token balance, it has then comma for the second city table would now be, so our second city table will be token information, token info as select this is token information table now. Okay, token mint address. Okay, we want to basically select, okay, yeah, token mint address. Select token mint address, comma, what information do we need again? In places where you need the name, comma, symbol. Yeah, from Solana fungible, and then we close these two, and then yeah, so we have to now do our select we're going to call this CB, select CB dot wallets, CB dot wallets as wallets, comma, what do we need again? We need the wallet address, we need the balance, CB dot balance, then let's call this TI dot symbol as symbol, then TI dot name as name from from token balance, as TB, because I'm join token information as TI on. So the common thing that you have in both is token mints. Yep. I did not even call token mints here. Token mint address rather. Token mint address as token address. So yeah, on CB dots token address equals to TI dots. It means there should also be a token mint address. So because we want to use a parameter where token mint address equals to, I'm going to show us a much faster way of doing this because this looks a little bit strenuous typing all of these things. Yep, address. So, and token balance and CB dot balance is greater than, I mean, it's not equal to 0. Order by 2. I'm hoping I've not even made mistake with this thing I'm writing. So let's run this. Hopefully I don't have any mistake. It's a mistake, 2.5. Where's the error? Mismatch. Is there a mismatch? Let me just use this as token. Let's say mismatch of inputs. Okay, let me use AI to fix this error. Okay, let's see this. Yep. So this is the this is the token information for other tokens, for EVM tokens. So you find the blockchain, you find so basically what you need to join is just to join the contract address to the symbol. You find the symbol. This is where you have the information of the symbol. Okay. Where do you have my arrow? It's not the same thing. Oh, okay. I did not go by in the first place. Okay, let's wait for the information to be out. Okay, how did I come by that TB? The TB, the reason for the TB, I'm hoping you understand. The reason for the TB is because I want to join, I'm joining two tables together. So for me to join two tables, that was why I wrote a city. This is one city, this is another city. They are different tables. So I want to join order by balance. I want to join two tables together. So I'm putting an alias on them so that it will be easier. So the reason I have TB is because I've changed token balance, the total of token balance, like this table. I've changed this TB, this total balance table. I've changed it to TB here. And I've changed this token information to TI. So it means I'm calling the wallet in TB, the wallet, like this wallet in TB. I'm calling the balance in TB. I'm calling the symbol in TI, in token information. I'm calling the name in token information, like basic SQL, basically, like aliasing in SQL. Do you understand now? Easy trend. Do you get it, easy trend?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good, good, good. From 30, we are now 17. That's not good enough. Yeah, so now we have the wallet, we have the balance, and we have the symbol. And the way we got it is by joining our token holder table. We are joining it with our symbol and name table. That is the meta table that has the names of all of this. In some cases, you will find this symbol on the dex trade table too. You can find it on dex trade table. But I think the metadata, the Solana token fungible, is, I think, is more like the easiest and the fastest way to get your information. So did we get this? Did you get it up to this level? So the only thing you just need to do is just copy any wallet, any token address, just copy it here. Let me look for another token. Let me look for Moondeck. Moondeck.
Why not use Trump?
Okay, let me try Trump. The reason, let me see if they've updated the metadata for Trump. Because at one point, the metadata on Trump was not, so let me copy the token address. Trump. So let's run this. And in some cases, the metadata of that token might really not be available on Solana, the fungible. Yeah. So there are certain cases where the token, it's not like they've captured all the tokens, but they try to, as much as possible, capture as much as possible. So you might check for a token and you won't find the symbol. Because I think the early days of Trump token, there was no symbol. The symbol was not available on Dune. So yeah, we are waiting for this to run. So we've captured token information. Yeah. So the next thing we want to capture is case. So let's say now we want to look for holders holding a particular percent of the supply. So if you are holding we are holding. So I'm going to rewrite this query the other way I said to make it easier. And what I mean by making it easier is that instead of trying to crack up your brain to, okay, how do I like add this up to this and that up to that? We have AI. Like, I mean, at this point in time, I'm expecting everyone to be able to use AI. And the reason for AI is not for laziness. What AI has come to do is to enhance whatever you are doing. That is, whatever tool you know how to use, what AI has done is that it makes your work easier and faster to be able to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish easier and faster. So you have your ChatGPT, you have your Claude AI, you have DeepSeek, you have Grok, and all of that. So you are going to be using those AI to make your work faster. Imagine the time I've been using to type all of this. If I want to make this faster, what I will just do is I will go to, let me use Claude. Let me use Claude AI. So I'll go to Claude AI and say, I want to write, the Dune SQL query to get the token holder, the token holder amounts, okay, to get the top 50 token holder from this table. Top 50 token holder, yeah, okay, from this table, these tables. So the first table is from there's no information about Trump. Yeah. So it's what I was avoiding. Moon deck. Moon deck.
Okay, why not go for Popcat? I think Popcat has
Yes, there's going
more
to be
information.
Popcats. I think the reason there's no information for the reason it's not showing that Trump is because of the symbol. Is because of that symbol. I think if I remove that symbol information, I would have that information too.
So
Is that
please,
token
why is it
symbol?
difficult to get tokens? Token metadata on Solana? Because if it should be on EVM, it's very super easy. I actually have a query for EVM to check their
For it, okay.
metadata.
Their
With
metadata.
just
The
their PA
metadata.
alone, I'll be able to get it.
Yeah, the metadata for this is it. It is from this table. This is the table you have. The problem is that on the spell book, they most likely not indexed that particular token. They've not indexed for that particular token, especially for older tokens. For older tokens, you most likely don't find it. I think, yeah. So, but for tokens that are coming from Bonk, all this Radium Bonk, Comfort, you will find their symbol. Then for some of them, you would probably have to wait like few minutes, maybe like an hour or two, for the particular metadata of the token to be indexed. Yeah. So I'm coming. So from this table, from Solana with seal Dex, from this. So after naming this, the next thing you want to do is you would want to give it the information of the table. You want to give it the information that is available on that table. That is the columns. Columns. So it's basically know that these are the columns. Let me just take these columns. Then let me also use from the other guy. Solana metadata table. In some cases too, to probably even make it much more easier, you can even decide to copy all of this so that it will have an information of the data type of each of these tables. You have an information of the data type of the table. I want the result as token holder, amount holding, supply, percent of supply holding, then what else again? For, let me just say, for this token, then let me use Bobcat as an example now. I want to see, no need for decimal, as the amount is normalized. Okay. No, I did not even state the symbol. Sorry, I'm sorry. Symbol name for this token. Do not use decimal. I'm not trying to show like how to make it much more easier and faster. So instead of probably racking your brain around trying to type out all of the query or everything that you need, you just feed it with the actual information, like all of the information, feed it with the table, like every information it needs to know about that particular table. You just feed it off and then paste this. And in place where there's an error, the only thing you need to do is copy the error, paste it here, and then it will most likely help you find the solution. Or in certain cases, you probably have to be the one to troubleshoot the error to get the actual information. This is getting a bit slow. Optimize it for speed. Time has gone. Let me see what else. Let me see what I still need to touch about. Okay, I want to talk about material view. That one is even very, very important because okay, so while this is running, let me explain material view. So there are some information you might need that you need it more like very often, and you don't want what's it called now? You don't want Dune to keep starting over again. For example, I'll show us an example now. Which of these table do I have a material view for? I think I have, okay. So there is this, I think this will probably be a perfect example to even explain everything. So I have this query. I have this dashboard that I built. And the way I learn personally is I learn by building things as tools, like normal basic tools that people need over time. Normal basic tools that people need over time. So I was just thinking, a whole lot of us, we know whale alert. I think it's Mobile Watch or something. This whale token that always talks about anytime a particular whale of a token, anytime they are holding, anytime they buy a particular token. So I was thinking out loud that I should also be able to do this on or like using Dune, and that was how I came about this. I had to write out my thought process of what I want, and I came about this. But I'm not going to that right now. I want to show us material view. I want to show us material view of something now. So now, okay. Tune dots. Okay, let me just go to my library and go to, okay. So we already have the results. You can see the optimized version is faster than this one that is slower. So we have the results, and then amount of the 0.0. And then we have this, the name, supply. Maybe I don't want the supply. I don't need to show the supply. Percentage, I want it as 0.00. That is 2. I want it as 2 decimal place. I want to place this center. So so I have the token holder, the amount they are holding, the symbol, the name, and the percent of the whatever that they are holding. And I got this easily by just prompting. If I want to improve or add more things to this now, I'll just add it up here. But before we go there, so let me quickly explain material view. So this is the way material view works. I have this query. This particular query is a combination of queries of different tokens. So because my whale alert, I want to feed it tokens of meme coin, like different meme coin, the meme coin address. I want to feed it different meme coin. That is what you are seeing here: mask whale, sigma whale, straw whale, and all of that. Because I want to feed it that information of the token address. So what I did, the first one I did was this Dune dataset. I uploaded a dataset of Solana memes. I used Python to scrape up meme address on what's it called now, on CoinMarketCap, so that I'll be able to have like all the memes, every of the memes that we have. So this is a token list of different tokens. This particular one is for tokens I scraped on from CoinMarketCap. This particular one is a query of tokens of pump fund tokens, of pump fund graduated tokens. Actually, this is the token query of pump fund graduated tokens, all-time pump fund graduated tokens. Then this is the query to get tokens from launch app, Believe whatever token. Then this one is from Bob token that graduated from Bob. And this one is from tokens that graduated from Bonk, from Les Bonk. If I place this particular information, if I place all of this in this token, like in my query, there is a possibility that with all other queries that it needs to run, I'll be having a query error of this token as large, complex, something. I think it was Easy Trend that was complaining about that. There was someone that was complaining about having a query response that has, this query has too many stages. Yes, that's when you have an error of this query have too many stages. So in order to overcome your query having too many stages, One of those ways you can help overcome that is by making the base query, making it a material view. And what I mean by base query is that this particular token address, I don't want Dune to keep, at the point of running that query, I don't want Dune to start looking for that information again in Dune, because looking for that information again in Dune would take up some certain minutes before it gets this information, before it now start processing all the other queries. So instead of that, by making this a material view, I've stored it as a local storage, more like when I save my CSV. So it means this particular information is readily available. It does not need to start querying to look for this information again. And what I need to do is just by running all of this, because I know that this token address, I will be reusing it. I will just save it as a material view. And then I want it to keep updating this list every Monday. That is, every Monday, I'll be having new tokens added to this. That is, any new token that has graduated will be added to this list by putting it as material view. So this material view costs 50 credits every day. I mean, every Monday, every week. So people can put their own material view every, what's it called now? Every day or every week or every month. But me, I want it because I want it to be updated as soon as every week. So I've made this a material view. So to make an information in a material view, you just need to run the query. Then after running the query, it will show you make this material. It will show you making, let me save this now. If I save this token, I mean, save this information as wallet balance, you will see that it brings option of materialize. By materializing this thing, what it means is that I don't need to keep rerunning this query over and over again. What I just need to do is just copy this query, this particular materialized version. For example, this meme coin, this address, if I copy this now, and I run this, select star from this, it won't take any minutes to run up the information. And the reason is because I already have this as material view. You see that this is as fast as possible. It already has it as material view, and then it's going to bring out the information faster. So if you have a query that is showing you too many stages, what you will probably need to do is to break each of those stages as a material view and then make it much more easier to run. Yeah, I'm hoping that we're able to get that. So let me now break down. Yeah, so so I was saying that you can make an extra. So let's say I want to make extra that I want another column to show wallets, with greater than 20% supply holding as I will. Maybe to group, maybe you just want to group I will, if not normal trader. So I want to show us case, places where you use case, like case to create like a tag. Okay, yeah, you can see a case. When this is greater than 20, make it I will, else make it normal trader. So wallet balance. I think someone is asking a question. Okay. I think it's for people that are using. Okay, so while this is running, I will just break down. So the two information that we have that we've used today, wallet, balance holding and token, supply information. So now let's break down I want to break down this query now. So another thing is that for those that were in class last week, I said that one of the best practices that helped me over time is that when I go on Dune, I go to the Discover page, and maybe, for example, this Gnostic Pay Analytics now. I see this particular query and I check it. I check what is inside. This is a query of another query. I check what is inside and I will copy it. I will copy it. For example, now let's take this for example. Now I'm going to copy this and then go to say book or whichever of this and paste it and tell it to break down this query, explaining the information bit by bit. I don't know, you can give it your home prompt, but the core thing is I want it to break down the information that I have in this query bit by bit. But while it is doing that, I'll just explain this query. So now, for this query, what I wanted to achieve, let's go back now. What I wanted to achieve was that I wanted to achieve like a whale alert system such that I created a check to have the whale of particular token, whale of token. So I have a list of whale of tokens. So it means that I have let me look for okay, yeah, you can see all these are normal wallet type, normal type. So what I did was I want to create a whale system. So the first thing I did was I first add a token list. The next thing is look for whales of this token. And by whales of this token, it means wallet holding a particular amount. That is, maybe they are holding, okay, the last thing I want to show us is the price table. Maybe they are holding greater than 10,000 of that token now. 10,000 watts of that token, yes. They are holding greater than. So the criteria I give for this, for whale, is that they are holding greater than 10,000. That is, anybody holding greater than 10,000 of this token now is a whale. Then the next thing is, I want to look for their latest transaction, their latest token buy, of this whale, of these whales. So the latest token buy of these whales, that is token list. After getting the token list, what is the amount they are holding of this token? Then the latest token buy. For the latest token buy, you would see it on the DEX trade, that is the latest DEX trade. Then now give me the output, like give me the results of their latest buy in the last, say, 24 hours. So I want the output to now be whale of this token, just bought this token. That's basically the logic behind what you see here. So I have the whale. I converted the amount they are holding. I converted it to the dollar equivalent. They just bought the amounts they just bought of the token they just bought. This is the market cap of the token they just bought. Market cap is basically the current price of that token times the market cap. So before I explain that, I was going to explain the price table. Now, to get price, okay, now, to get price, there are two price tables. There is the general price table from price.usdt. Limits, let me just limit this to 10. This one is the price table for EVMs, and this gives the price per minute. That is the current price of that particular token So this is the price table per. This is the price table per. I'm almost getting to the point where I will stop because I have another class in the evening. So I'm going to explain this and I'm going to give us an exercise. I'm hoping we'll be able to do it. I want us to replicate something like this, like build a wallet watch from what I've just explained. So while this is running, let me try to run from price dots. See prices now. Yeah, I think it's prices.usdt. While this is running, let me, yeah. So this is price, the minutes, that is minute by minute price of that particular token, the blockchain, the contract address, the decimal, and then the symbol. And then this is the price. This is the price of that token in USDT. The price of that token, of that particular token in USDT. So this is the one for EVM token. That is, you just have to look for the blockchain and then the contract address. The one for Solana is, I think Solana.dex. Solana, I'm coming. I think it's Solana Dex hour. Few minutes to check. Okay, yeah, it is Dex dots. So Solana does not have what you see as Solana blockchain and contract address. This contract address is for EVM contract address. Solana contract address are not like this. They are SVMs. So for Solana price, you find it on dex.solana.price_r. Solana does not have latest price per se. So the way you get latest price is price per hour. So this is the table for dex underscore. This is the table for Solana price. So dex Solana. So this is the price. You can also pick up symbol. If you don't want to use that meta tag symbol, you can also pick up symbol from here. So this is the hour per each hour, the contract address per hour, this hour for this particular token. This is the current price as at that time of this particular token. So this is the price of that token per hour. So this is the table for getting Solana price. So now let me see what SQL has explained here. So it explained an overview, token lists, tokens to monitor, current price. This is another logic for looking for the current price. This logic is to look for the latest, the amount that the person bought and all of that. This is a little bit hard, but the logic for here is just to get the latest price, token information CTA. This is the table for getting token information. This is the table for getting orders with the words. So now to get the words, of let's go back to price now. Let's go back to token price. So add another column to give the amounts holding in USDT where the price table. Okay, in USDT, this is the price table. So price table is from Solana.dex. And then don't use this one. Okay. Okay. Where's our podcast? Where's our podcast query? Okay. So why that is running, let me explain the logic here now. So the first thing here is to get the token lists. I have the token lists. I got it from here. Then the current price. This was the former price logic that I was using, but you don't need to use this. You can just use the Solana hour price to get the price. So this is the price CTE. Then the next thing is I got the token information. That is the token information of each of the tokens that I have in this token list. Then the next thing now is holders worth. That is the worth of each holder, how much they are holding, the worth of each holder. Now, this table is the table for their recent trade. This is gotten from DEX, from the DEX table, the amounts they are holding. And I make sure that, because I don't want to check when they are buying Solana, USDT, or USD, or any of these tokens, any of these stablecoin tokens. I don't want them to check that. So basically, what this recent trade is checking is token they bought. That is why you have bought token. If you check Dex Trader now, you see token bought mint address, the symbol of the token they bought, the amount in USDT they bought, the token amounts, token bought amount, that is the raw value of the token they bought. The trader ID is the wallet address that is buying it. Then token market cap. This information is basically for the market cap of the token. The market cap of the token is gotten from balance, the amount they are holding by the current price. Just look for the current price. Then this one is to rank the token. Then this is now to show the buy, like each of the token they bought per time. And this is the general information of what I wanted. That is the general result of what I wanted. So let's go back to pop cards. Okay, yeah. So supply holding 0.00 supply. I don't need the supply table. Amounts they are holding, the amounts they are holding, the worth of the amount they are holding. So this is the worth of the pop cards by multiplying the price, the amount they are holding times the price of pop cards. I think pop cards is how much. So let me see. If you are holding this amount, million, yeah, 36 million plus. Yeah. So yeah, so the basic logic is because we are running out of time. That's why I'm rushing this. So the basic logic to building that is get a token list. So you necessarily don't have to look for, you can just make a token list of like 5 tokens. So I'm giving us this as practice now. Do a token of 5 tokens, maybe 5 tokens, then identify the whales of those tokens, run a query to identify the whales. You can create your logic that you want to identify your whales. Maybe your own whale might be people holding greater than, say, $50, or people holding greater than $1 million in dollars of that particular token. That can be your way of identifying the whale. Then the latest token they are buying, then show the information. So you can feed the AI all of the tables, like all of the table and the table information for each one that you want it to give a result, and then use it to build a whale system. Like that is, anytime the whale is buying a token, is going to show out the results. Another thing you need to know is that for DEX Solana trade, the information on DEX Solana trade has a 1 hour, something around 1 hour 30 minutes lag. That is, if a wallet is buying a token right now, it will not show on DEX Solana at the moment. It will show maybe a few minutes after. It will not show immediately. It's not going to show immediately when that wallet is buying. It's going to show like few minutes after. It's because of the way Solana data is on Dune. It takes few minutes to track. So I made this easier because other people might have their own parameters that they want to use to track the whale. Maybe you want to track whales that are holding. The default amount is $2,000. So I classify whales that are holding $2,000 of that token as whale. You might want your own to be $10,000 of the token. And this is the amount of the token they are buying. I want to know the amount. I want it to show for whales that are buying at least $1,000, that is greater than $1,000. And then I want it to be market cap of, I want the whale to be, that is the whale is holding $2,000 of a particular token. The reason I'm putting a particular token is I want to be able to know high value token. I don't just want it to be any out token. So I came about these results where I'm able to get mask whale that is holding this particular. All this is done by using concatenate. You just have to concatenate all of these functions. This result is gotten by concatenating all of this, even the symbols and all of this is gotten by concatenation. So your own result might not be as complex as this, it might just be very easy. Max whale, that is the symbol of that token, Max whale holding $6,000 just bought this amount of PSV, and the current market cap of PSV is this. And that's all. You can probably check. Then I added the transaction ID to be able to check the transaction ID to be able to confirm if it is real. So to confirm if it is real, they said this person just bought $3,000 worth of PSV. So yeah, you can see 3,005. You can see the person is actually holding mask. He actually sold his mask. He sold the mask he was holding. Part of the mask he was holding. So he might most likely not be holding this amount of mask again. He sold part of the mask he was holding for this amount of PSV, for 35 of PSV. So that's how I'm able to come across this particular query. So as an exercise, I want us to, I know I've probably not been able to even complete the whole thing that I was planning to like talk about. But I think I've probably been able to, I've been able to talk about case. For optimizing query, you most likely have to use AI in most cases. I was not able to talk about best practice fully. And I was also not able to talk about building dashboards, because I've been able to talk about material view. I didn't talk about subquery, but I think CT comes in place for subquery. But just as an exercise for this class, I want us to build a token tracker, like more like it. You can define your own limits, but I just want you to build something around like a token watch. You can define your own logic or how you want your logic to be, but I want it to be something like this. And I will be expecting us to submit this in 2 weeks. Yes, in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. So if you have any question, I don't know, questions can come in. We've actually spent a lot of time and I'm actually already getting tired from talking. So for some people, I know this can be like, look like a little bit complex. The recording will be available and then we can watch it bit by bit again. So probably, maybe I'm a little bit faster with the way I'm talking, but we can watch it again to probably be able to get in some of this information that I probably shared in this class. So if you have any question, and I'm also hoping that probably we've been able to pick 1 or 2 points from all of this, please let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you're able to pick 1 or 2 things. If you are confused, I really want to know where we are at. This query will not be publicly available. If you select this overview, you would see a 404 error because I did not make it public. But if you run through an error, and if you run through an error while trying to build this, you can just reach out to me, then we can find a way of declustering it and making it set by set to understand where the error is or where the mistake is for you. But as a good practice, I want each and every one of us in this class to practice this and work with it, like build something like this. Then by the time you build something like this, you come across different errors, then you'll probably be able to debug those errors, and that will probably make you understand more things from what you are trying to explain. So question. If you have questions, please kindly ask questions. I'm hoping that we would also, I think we're also planning to have more boot camps. How can you reach me? You can reach me on Twitter, please. Easy. Yeah, easy. You can ask your question. This is my Twitter account. Yeah,
GM,
you can unmute your, yeah.
yeah, GM Mr. Oladayo.
Oladayo, I'm Oladayo, yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the present, and thanks for the lecture too. So my question goes this way. I also have a query, and someone also bring up the same question on our platform, on our group, that she made this query and she's expecting it after creating a dashboard. She's expecting to get more options below the dashboard, but it's not coming up. So I actually have the same thing. Yeah, like it's not showing the result after building the dashboard, but it shows the result during the query, everything. But after building the dashboard.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was Roots, right?
Yeah, written.
Was it the question Roots asked? Okay, yeah. I have something similar too. I have I'm coming total reports.
So, and this is my own too. So I created this dashboard too, dashboard to show top like wallet, top 100 wallets or so, top 100 wallet holding particular token, making use of the same CTE and the parameters also of a particular token, initial holding and the current balance. So that is the initial amount they were holding before, and after they sold off what they are having, because my query did not show how much they sold, but only the initial balance, that is what they have before, and the net balance, which is the current balance. That is what my query is showing. And after my dashboard, everything still remained the same. For the parameter, the parameter, everything will clear off. So if you want to search, or the person you build it for want to search, the person have to import or input those metadata manually, because it is being built for different token, not for a particular token. So now that one is working. Then this other one, metadata, for me to check for metadata on EVM. So I also have parameter, which I have to just import the CA alone, and it will pop up the metadata of that particular token. So by the time I make it a dashboard, so that I can, maybe if I want to give it out to someone to check, right? So that they can check their metadata and fill it up by themselves, instead of going through the source, going through the scan, that is the explorer, to check the metadata before they can impute. So it can make it more easier for them to impute. But it's not showing me a space to, after creating a dashboard for that particular metadata query, it's not showing me the space to paste the contract address. That's why I said it's also look alike with the one that Ruti was complaining about. So
it's not showing you a space on your dashboard, right?
Yeah, on the dashboard, for me to impute the seed phrase contract address of that token.
I get the question. So when you create, for example, now let's save this. Let's save this now as, let me just save it as metadata, for example. Let me save this.
I think this is for Solana, right?
No, this is not for Solana. This is for EVM now. So let's say
Okay.
I've saved this now. I've saved this, and then so I want to create. I'm going to put it as this as a dashboard. So add to dashboard, new dashboard, my dashboard. Let me just name this my dashboard, and then save dashboard, and then now I've added this table to my dashboard. So now let me go to dashboard. Let me go to dashboard. Go to my dashboard now. So I've added this under my dashboard. The moment you have it and you have parameters, you will see these two things at the top. These two things at the top, these are the parameter table. So the best thing is to
That is the
grab
exact thing I'm talking about. It's not coming up. The parameter is not coming
this.
up. Everything blank.
These two are
Except
not coming up.
yeah, the parameters are not coming up.
And are you sure you have it in your query? Is it showing
Yes.
on the query side before you move to
Yes.
the dashboard?
Yes, it's on the query.
It's showing on the query side.
Yes.
If it is showing on the query side, then if you have it here in this query side, on that dashboard, how many information do you have on that dashboard?
Just one. Just for the contract address because it's
Because
formatted.
another problem could be conflicting data where you have different query from to make a dashboard, and then the name you put here is different from the name you are putting in the other table. So for this my dashboard now, for example, now that I've built, whatever I edited has cleared up. Sometimes Dune can be very stubborn, especially when you are editing this parameter. So I have to increase this again. You should have this. It might probably be very small. Maybe it's small. If you check that dashboard, you will probably find it there. Maybe we'll troubleshoot it later, sure. So yeah, you just have to enter the contract address and then enter the decimal. As a proper practice, I always advise people to put a default so that whoever client you are giving it to will have a default information. For example, this is a token analytics dashboard that I built. I imputed a contract address as a default such that when people come to this page, they won't just find it empty. They would already have an information that is already available, then they can now enter their own information. Because if you leave it empty, it will not make any sense at all. All of this will be empty bots, and the person will most likely not have an idea or an information of what is inside this dashboard. So for Root's case, for the issue she's having, I've had something like that before. For example, I have this dashboard. It has this, everything had already cleared. Let me use this now, for example. So now we have this dashboard, we have this information already. And then let's say the information, where we want to pick information is this first one, this first counter. I'm just using this as an example. So I created a counter of balance, and then row one. In most cases, there's a possibility that the row number has changed. If she goes back to check, there's a higher possibility that either the column or the row number has changed. So this one is showing balance for the first one, the number one. If what I want is the number 3 now, row 3. This is the information of the third person. 1, 2, 3. So based on the rows that I want, that is the row that I will give you, row 4, row 5, whatever row it is. So there's a higher possibility that the row of that particular counter has changed in the query level. So she will have to go back to the query level to check it and reconfirm again. I'm not sure if you got that.
I do.
Okay, yeah. Any other person with question? Any question? So that is my that is on Twitter. You can also message me on WhatsApp, although I think I'll much more prefer the Twitter message than the WhatsApp message. But let's say you would maybe at any point you might need it. You might probably also message me on WhatsApp. So this is my WhatsApp. This is a direct link to my WhatsApp number. So you can just send me a message on WhatsApp and we can go through whatever issue you are having together. I've spent so much time here already. I have another class by 7 and I'm already tired from talking. If you have any question, you can just send me a message on Twitter or on WhatsApp, then we can pick it up again. Yeah, we can pick it up again from there. So thank you everyone for joining today's class. Hopefully we would always have bootcamp, we would always have space talks and all other things. So we are also open to have a physical bootcamp. Maybe I know a whole lot of us, a good number of us, some of us we are in the southwest region. We are looking, and also not only the southwest, we're also looking to have it across board. This is Dune Africa, so we are looking to have it across board in Nigeria and also in other parts of Africa, just to be able to capture everybody. So we are hoping to have classes like physical boot camps across board. So thank you everyone for joining today's class. The recording will be made available later on, so you can ask Annette for the recording of this class. Thank you for joining this class. Have a wonderful day. I'm expecting the exercise. Please, when you do the exercise, make sure you send it to me. Then if there's an issue, you can probably tag me, or whatever you build from this query, please post it on Twitter and tag Dune Africa, tag me and tag Annette, please. Anytime you build something from what you have from this query, please let's make it best practice to always show it. There's no learning without showing. Whatever you are building, make sure you are showing it. I think Genesis, I saw someone posted, I think Genesis, she posted what she was doing and a whole lot of comments. It's a first time thing. Regardless of how good or bad it is, it's a first time thing. You build on whatever you are learning, and the best way is to show your work in public. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining this class. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much, everyone, for attending this last class. I guess we are going to actually see next week. I think next week is going to be the project week. So thank you very much for attending the boot camp, and see you all next week.